Oh yeah, is it Thursday already? Wow, do we have a lot to talk about today. An Acolyte trailer just dropped less than 30 minutes ago, or a little bit over 30 minutes ago now, about less than an hour ago, that might have just shown us Plo freaking Koon in the Acolyte show. Might have just confirmed it. We're going to break it all down. We got actually 4 trailers for the Acolyte to break down, so let's dive into all of it. What's up, guys? It's Mike, a guy who loves Star. We got calm down, because today is an absolutely insane day, as we have 4 Acolyte trailers to go over. 4! We streamed on Tuesday. It's been 2 days. It's been 2 days. And we got 4 Acolyte trailers to watch. All absolutely insane, all probably better than the last, and all giving us brand new information. And we actually have some articles and other cool things to get into as well. So let me open up the chat, because we got a lot to get into in just a short amount of time that we have together. So let's dive into all of it as soon as possible. Let's say hi to everybody in the chat. What's up, chat? How we doing? Mando United, what is up? Mandalorian Legion, what is up? Mace Cameron in the house. Jack Robbins, what's up? GD from Tahini, what's up? Brandon, how we doing? Tony, what is up? B-Man, what's up? Did I get everybody? Starship 66, how we doing? Okay, if I missed you, just yell at me in the chat. You guys know the deal. Wow. So this trailer dropped about an hour ago, and it's been blowing my mind ever since. And we're going to break it all down, but we have 3 other trailers to get to first. So, yeah. Zap, what's up? How we doing? Have you seen the official clip of Soul versus May? Yes, I have, and we're going to watch it live right now in just a second. So let me end this poll. If you guys haven't liked the stream yet, what the hell are you waiting for? Like the freaking stream. But let me end this poll, because I want to ask. Actually, no, we'll watch the trailer first, and then I'll ask you guys, okay? And then I'll ask you guys. So I want to start with this newest trailer. We're going to watch all the trailers, but I want to start with the newest one that just came out 57 minutes ago, okay? Let's start with this one. Let's start with this one, okay? We're diving right in. No pleasantries today. We're just diving right into the trailers, okay? Because we got a lot of trailers to watch here. So let's start with this one. This one's called Creating the Acolyte. This is actually some behind-the-scenes stuff of how they're creating it, blah, blah, blah. Let's watch it. Let's watch it.
It's pretty incredible to play a Jedi. The Acolyte is very much an action-packed mystery in the world of Star Wars.
Last night, a Jedi was murdered.
It doesn't make sense.
And the Acolyte, Leslie, takes you on an adventure that lets you inside what she loves about Star Wars.
Our show takes place during a time period before George Lucas's prequels.
It's farther back on the timeline than we've ever done live action.
The story is fueled by all these twists and turns.
We have a suspect. An old Padawan of yours.
Let me be the one to bring her in.
I was very interested in pushing in the direction of martial arts films.
When I heard the first person I fight was Carrie-Anne Moss, I had a heart attack.
Getting like an actual saber was just like...
Training for the fights is pretty special.
I'm still trying to be cool about it.
I consider myself very lucky to have Amandla as May.
She's a mysterious figure on a path for revenge.
You just can see how dedicated she is.
I'm so excited for your fans to see the show.
Me too. Okay, that was only a minute and a half, but there's like 6 trillion different things going on in that minute and a half that we have to go over. All brand new information, all mind-blowing. We got to talk about all of it. But the biggest thing, in my own head at least, the biggest thing is this scene right here. Why is it the biggest thing? Why, might you ask? You got Master Soul chopping down whatever. Because right there, it looks like Plo Koon. We've been speculating from the very first trailer that Plo Koon might be in this show because the back of some head looked like Plo Koon. This is a direct look at Plo freaking Koon in the Acolyte show. Now, maybe, just maybe, you go, Mike, it might just be another species of Plo Koon's, or another member of Plo Koon's species. And you might be right. You might be right. But do I think it's Plo Koon? Absolutely. Do I want it to be Plo Koon? Yes! But let's talk about it, okay? I'm going to put up a poll in the chat right now. Take a good long look at him. Take a good long look at him! Because it looks exactly like Plo Koon. And it's not just this image, because we got more to go over here. Dave Filoni's involvement. We know that Dave Filoni's favorite character is Plo Koon, but let me start up this poll first. Let me start up this poll in the chat. Let's end this one about liking the stream, because if you haven't yet, what the hell are you waiting for? And let's start up this new poll. Let's start it up. Do you think that is Plo Koon? Yes or no? What do we think? What do we think? Star Wars Stu, what is up, says, when is the Acolyte set? That's a great question. So is it possible at all in the timeline that this can be Plo Koon? Let's talk about that. The Acolyte takes place 100 years before the Phantom Menace. 100 years. That's a long time. That takes away almost probably 98% of characters from the prequel trilogy being alive in the time of the Acolyte. But the question here is, can Plo Koon be alive in the Acolyte show? Taking place 100 years before the Phantom Menace, is Plo Koon even possible to be? Yes, he is. Because when Plo Koon dies in Order 66, in Revenge of the Sith, he is 385 years old. 385. Meaning, if this is him right here in the forest, he would be about 200 and give or take a few years, 85. Because obviously it's 100 years before the Phantom Menace, but there's about 15-ish years from the Phantom Menace to Revenge of the Sith. So he'd be about 250, 260, something like that. So he'd be in his mid-200s of years old. So it's very much possible that this could be Plo Koon. He could be alive at the time of the Acolyte show. Whew. Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the poll, do you think it's Plo Koon, yes or no? Where are we at? Holy crap, 76% of you right now think that this is Plo Koon. And I think it is. Why else would they be keeping it so hidden if it wasn't? We've seen this forest scene 1,000 times, and we're about to see it again. Let me keep going here. Let me keep going. So you see this forest scene again. You see Master Soul there. You see a different master we've never seen. Then you see 8. Oh, wait. Hang on. We'll go back to that. It's 8 Jedi here. You see 3 green, 3 purple, 3 yellow, which is 6, and then there's 2 blue. You only see 1 blue here, but there's another blue over there. This is just a bad pausing job by me. There are 8 Jedi in this forest fighting against the mysterious masked Sith Lord. But they've hidden many of their faces. Not these 2 on the end, even though we don't know who they are. We know the Master Soul is there. We know the Master Soul's apprentice, Jackie, is there. But when you take a closer look here... damn it. The very first Jedi in line, the very first one, and you can see the top of his head right there, the back of his head right there, looks like Plo Koon. Now let's take a look at his lightsaber color for a second here. First in line is green. His lightsaber color is green, which is interesting. It might actually throw some people off. It is green. Okay, it is green. And Plo Koon's lightsaber in the Clone Wars is blue. But we also know for a fact that Plo Koon once had a yellow lightsaber as well. And lightsaber colors kind of come and go. We see Luke Skywalker go from blue to green. We see Anakin go from blue to green to blue again. We see many Jedi go through different colors of lightsabers. When lightsabers get destroyed, it's not always going to be the case that you get the same color, depending on your abilities and all that other stuff. But here, it seems as though he has a green lightsaber if he is that first Jedi in line, which it looks like he might be. If I can get back to that. Yeah, so it's definitely a green lightsaber there. And that looks like the back of his head right there as well. So, at first, it was a stretch. At first, it was, hold up, wait a second, is that really Plo Koon? And that was right here. Hang on, let me pull that up. Plo Koon in the Acolyte. So this was the original theory that was going around. This was Plo Koon. This was the original image from the original trailer, teaser trailer. And this character right here, people were like, oh, it's definitely going to be Plo Koon. And some people were like, maybe it's just the same species. Who knows? What could it be? Who knows? Whatever. Now it seems almost undeniable with this scene right here as we see his literal front of his face. If I can get to it here. Right there. I mean, come on. Come on. Honestly, it could just be another member of a species. However, we have not seen another Jedi of Plo Koon's species ever! Ever. And Plo Koon is technically still alive during the events of this Acolyte show and would still be a Jedi. He's one of very few characters like Master Yoda, like Master Yaddle, that could still be alive in this Acolyte show. So I ask you, chat, do you think that this character is Plo Koon? What do we think, chat? Yes or no? Where are we at? What do we think? How are we thinking? Who are we whatting? Why the who the what no? Okay? Let's check out the chat so I don't get too far behind on these chats, okay? Jack says, if I saw correctly, didn't Plo Koon at some point wield a yellow lightsaber? Yes, that's true, but it seems as though in this trailer he's wielding a green one. Yeah. Plo Koon was born around 400 BBY exactly. So he could easily be alive and be in the events of this show. Now, I'm sure one of you at least is going to bring this problem up. These 8 Jedi that are in the forest are fighting against a Sith, or what looks to be a Sith. Somebody wielding a red lightsaber, at least. We're led to believe that it's a Sith. Doesn't it mean that they all have to die in that forest in order for the Jedi to not know that the Sith have returned? That's a big issue that still is a massive question mark, whether or not this masked creature is a Sith or not, and whether or not all those Jedi have to die. But we'll talk about it. Von Go, what's up, Von Go, says, it's not him. It wouldn't make sense. Well, why wouldn't it make sense? Why wouldn't it make sense? Makes perfect sense to me. The guy's almost 400 years old when he dies, so he can be alive 100 years before the events of when he dies. That makes sense. He's a Jedi. These are Jedi. That makes sense. Let's be honest. It's Dave Filoni's dream to tell more stories about Plo Koon. His dream. He's his favorite character. He talks about it all the time. He begged George Lucas to bring him back to life. Why would he not go 100 years into the past and tell a story involving Plo Koon? How does it not make sense? That's my biggest thing, is I think this is Plo Koon for one reason and one reason only. Because why not? There's no evidence to support that it's not Plo Koon. Not a single bit of evidence to support that it is not Plo Koon. None. Zip. Nada. None. So why can't it be? Why isn't it? There's no reason. Absolutely no reason. Star Wars 2 says, so will Yoda make an appearance? I made a video about this last week. I really don't know. I think he will. And it'll probably be a very, 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 very small appearance for Master Yoda, even though it'll be a big and important one. But Plo Koon might play a way bigger role than even Yoda would in this show. Yeah. What about Palpatine's master or his master? Okay. Well, Plagueis obviously and Plagueis and Tenebris could play a role in this show. I don't think the Jedi are going to know that they exist. I think they might be pulling the strings from behind the shadows, or pulling the strings from behind the shadows. But I don't know if they'll reveal themselves to the Jedi, because that would really retcon something, or everything, I should say. So I don't know if we'll get an actual look with our own two eyes at like a Plagueis or a Tenebrous in this show. We will get obviously a look at May, who's an Acolyte, and maybe this possible apprentice to a Sith Lord with the masked character. But Plagueis and Tenebrous, they're still up in the air. Whether or not we see one or both or none of them, we have to wait and see. There's really no answer to that. Yeah. Zap says, I changed my answer. Dave Filoni will do it. Exactly. And in that trailer we just watched about creating the Acolyte show, Dave Filoni is involved. And they had a meetup or something like that with YouTubers, actually. I was not invited, but that's, I'm not mad. A bunch of YouTubers got invited to Lucasfilm and actually had like an interview or a conversation with Dave Filoni and Leslie Headland about the Acolyte show. And Dave Filoni just being there is huge. He probably has some sort of involvement with this show. We just don't know how big of an involvement it will be. Yeah. Jack says, I really want it to be Plo Koon. Along with Ahsoka, he's my favorite character, thanks to the Clone Wars show. Yeah, Plo Koon's a great character. He's got very little screen time in the prequel trilogy. And obviously the Clone Wars, like it does with many of the characters, expands his character arc. And then he dies in Order 66. But yeah. Yeah. Fearless says, how's everybody doing on this fine Thursday? I'm doing good, Fearless. How are you? Abby says, do you think that we will see anyone else? Also, thank you for doing all the cool live streams. I appreciate that, Abby. Thank you guys for coming to these cool live streams. Do I think we will see anybody else? You mean other than Yoda and Plo Koon? I mean, Master Yaddle's a possibility. Uriel Poof is a possibility. But those characters, you're going further and further and further away from being a main character in Star Wars. Like Yoda obviously is a big deal because he's Master Yoda. He's in the original trilogy, he's in the prequel trilogy, he's in the sequel trilogy. So he's a big character. A character like Yaddle, although she is getting a little bit more character development in like Tales of the Jedi and stuff, she's not that important. So if she was in the background of a scene, I'd be like, okay, cool. Or Uriel Poof, even the guy with the really long neck, he looks like a Q-tip almost with his head. He could be in the background. Why not? But I don't know if that would make a difference, you know? Yeah. This is the way says, Plo Koon sees a Sith and never says anything about it would be hard to explain. Well, this brings us back to the conversation we were having last stream and stream before that. Will the Acolyte retcon this prequel trilogy? If Yoda finds out that the Sith were around and he's keeping secrets from the Jedi during the prequel trilogy, is that a retcon or is that just Yoda keeping secrets? And if Plo Koon knows about the Sith coming back too, does that change things? Because Plo Koon doesn't really have that big of a, or really any sort of impact on the prequel trilogy at all. He has more of an impact on the Clone Wars, but he's not really that big of a piece. So him knowing that the Sith are back along with Yoda, would that make a big difference? Would that be a problem? These are all questions that need answering, but they might not be answered until we watch through the entire show. Because we won't know until the finale whether or not the Jedi actually come into contact with a Sith or not. Unless it happens really early on, but I seriously doubt that. Yeah. I'm excited to see Yord, me too. Can't wait to see more lightsabers. That's the coolest part about all these trailers. We've seen, obviously, 8 Jedi versus a Sith in the forest. That's 9 lightsabers right there. But I think that's just the tip of the iceberg. We're going to be seeing a lot of lightsabers in this show. And I mean a lot. Like talking Battle of Geonosis a lot. Like a lot. Sir Gungi says, I really hope that we see temple guards. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Yeah. Who's that handsome fellow behind Plo Koon? What? Hang on, let's take a look. What are you talking about? Behind him? There's nobody behind him. I don't know what you're talking about. There's nobody behind him. Is that Plagueis? Oh, with the red lightsaber? No, it's definitely not Plagueis. If it's Plagueis, it changes everything. Everything when it comes to this Acolyte show. So I seriously doubt it. I would say 99.9% no, it's not Plagueis. Abby says, I definitely think it's him, just because we don't see a whole lot of his species in Star Wars. Exactly. and especially as a Jedi. There's, like I said before, there's no reason to believe that it's not him as of right now. No reason at all. Yeah. Mike, what are your expectations for the show? Honestly, the amount of marketing they are doing for this show, like we have 4 trailers to go over today, and we're just started on the first one. We have 4 trailers. We streamed on Tuesday, 2 days ago. The amount of marketing that they're doing for this show, Lucasfilm themselves definitely thinks they have a massive success here. And I agree with them. I think this show, from everything that we've seen in all of these trailers, it looks like a freaking masterpiece. From all these Jedi to the actual lore of it all at this time period in Star Wars is fascinating to me, and I can't wait to watch it. But my expectations for the show are perfection. I actually think that they need to have perfection because already the discourse in the Star Wars fandom is insane when it comes to talking about this Acolyte show. The first trailer getting more dislikes than likes. Fans all over the internet absolutely shitting on each other for either liking or disliking this show. It's wild. So I need, from Lucasfilm, perfection here. Because if it's not, then it just gives more ammunition for people to shit on the show. And I actually think the show will be extremely good and hopefully well received by the fandom, but already it's not. Already people are losing their shit. I was looking at some comment sections of other people, other bigger X, formerly known as Twitter, pages of Star Wars accounts, and they're getting absolutely shit on for talking positively about the Acolyte. And I'm one of them, obviously, but I don't get nearly as much shit as most people do, because when you see a name like a guy who loves Star Wars, you kind of know what to expect when you click on the page. But when it comes to other creators that are more, I don't know, open to other things, they absolutely get shit on when they talk about the Acolyte show. Like, so much so that people are like, is Disney paying you? Like, why would you say something like that? Like, it's absolutely insane. So this show needs to be so perfect that it leaves no room for critiques. And I know it's going to have an episode here or there that people will go, oh my God, that's a filler episode, or whatever it may be, a flashback episode, who knows. And there'll be plenty of ammunition for fans to lose their minds on. Haters going to hate, as we all know around here. But I have high hopes for this Acolyte show. The more and more we see, the more and more excited I am. Yeah. It is a very strong possibility that is Plo Koon. He was born around the year 380 to 400 BBY. Yeah. All right, let's talk about this trailer a little bit more here. I don't think it's Plo Koon. These Jedi seem to be cannon fodder. No, because Master Soul's in that. Master Soul, Yord, and Jeki. All 3 main characters of this show are in that forest with that Sith Lord too, and I don't think they're all going to die either. So I think a lot of them are actually going to make it out alive. Yeah, for sure. Abraham TM, does that mean you just trademarked your name? Abraham, what's up, says, I thought this show is going to be set way more back. No, it's only 100 years before. 100 years. So we could see Yoda, obviously, and Plo Koon as well. Only 100 years. The High Republic books take place about 250 years to 500 years before, but that's just the books. This is only 100 years. Yeah. Is this show going to have a season 2? I think Soul will be the last Jedi standing against that Sith. I'll start with the back half of that first. I actually think more Jedi than just Soul are going to survive that. I think Yord probably will too, and maybe even Soul's apprentice. But going to the first half, is there going to be a second season? They're already talking about a second season. It hasn't been confirmed, and I doubt it will be until they see whether it's a success or not. But I think I wouldn't be surprised if it does get a second season. Yeah. Skywalker Academy says, no, it doesn't mean that they have to die. I mean, it means that they have to find out that the Sith is an acolyte, someone who found out that this found some of the Sith teachings and tried to revive the Order. Yeah, obviously the show is called The Acolyte. It's not called The Sith Lord's Return. So it's possible that even this masked, creepy-looking, smiley guy he might not even be a Sith either. So it's possible that we could just be seeing acolytes, and that's how they go about not seeing Sith in this show. But we'll see. We shall see. Okay, let's watch back this trailer, because although Plo Koon is at the end, or looks to be Plo Koon, and that's very cool, the rest of this trailer is just as crazy, and the information given to us is just as crazy. So let's watch it. Yeah, let's watch through this trailer again, and we'll break it down piece by piece here.
It's pretty incredible to play a Jedi. The Acolyte is very much an action-packed mystery in the world of Star Wars.
So an action-packed mystery in the world of Star Wars, first of all, sounds great to me.
Last night, a Jedi was murdered.
It doesn't make sense.
And the Acolyte, Leslie, takes you on an adventure that lets you inside what she loves about Star Wars.
So seeing Dave Filoni in this trailer is just a genius marketing play, as a lot of people, their hatred for the Acolyte show comes from Leslie Headland herself. And a lot of those Star Wars fans really, really, really love Dave Filoni and love everything that he touches, from the Clone Wars to Rebels to Ahsoka to The Mandalorian to all of it. And right here, he's actually wearing a cool Ahsoka like bomber jacket thing here. It's pretty sick. But he has his official new title of Chief Creative Officer right there of Lucasfilm, which is great. And this alone, just showing Dave Filoni and talking about the show with Dave Filoni, is just smart. It's just really, really, really smart to get fans who love Dave Filoni to go, okay, he might be involved with this. He might have a play or a say in what happens in this. So that's pretty cool.
Our show takes place during a time period before George Lucas's prequels.
It's farther back on the timeline than we've ever done live action.
The story is fueled by all these twists and turns.
The story is fueled by all these twists and turns. Now, we talked about this character.
Is fueled by
this character right here that Manny Jacinto is playing, Quimir, whatever his name is. We've talked about him a little bit, thinking that he could be an evil character, and that's going to be a big twist somewhere down the line. But he even mentions that this show is filled with twists and turns. And honestly, I think expect the unexpected when it comes to this Acolyte show. We could be going in every week thinking that something's going to happen, and that thing doesn't happen. Ben, what's up? So I think there's going to be a lot of pretty big twists that we did not expect to come in this Acolyte show.
All these twists and turns.
We have a suspect. An old Padawan of yours.
An old Padawan of yours. So we've talked about the twin theory at length. If you didn't watch last week's or Tuesday's stream, we broke it down pretty simply. What happens with the twins and how May and Osha get split up and all this other stuff. So we can break it down, but that's what's going on here. His former Padawan, Osha, left the Jedi Order, and now she's the prime suspect because she looks exactly like her twin sister.
Yours.
Let me be the one to bring her in.
I was very interested in pushing in the direction of martial arts film.
So a lot of people have been complaining, sometimes it being rightfully so, of the choreography of Star Wars in recent past. The sequel trilogy comes to mind when people talk about that. I think in recent past, like very recent past, the choreography has been extremely well in Star Wars, or done extremely well in Star Wars. From The Mandalorian to Ahsoka to now this show, it looks like they spend a lot more time focused on the choreography of these fights. As you can see, a lot of the fight training happening behind the scenes here.
When I heard the first person I fight was Carrie-Anne Moss,
This is actually pretty big. Amanda Steinberg, who plays our main character of May, says, when I heard the first person that I fight is Carrie-Anne Moss. If you guys didn't see my video about why I think Master Indara is going to die in the very first episode, this is just more fuel to the fire. We see this fight between Master Indara right there and our main character of May fighting inside this cantina. And we see this throughout almost every single trailer, at least a glimpse of this fight scene. And I actually think that this is the very first opening scene of the entire show. And Amanda confirms right there that this is the first fight scene that we're going to see with her character. So May versus Indara is going to happen very soon in this show. But we get a look here.
Films.
When I heard the...
Actually, wait. I wanted to go back here for a quick second. We got to look at May's ship here. No. Where is it? Oh, right here. Look at May's ship in the background there. That thing's pretty sick. Going back into the High Republic gives you the opportunity to see a bunch of new ships, a bunch of new droids, a bunch of new everything. It's like going to a brand new era in the Star Wars galaxy, so you can get new ships, new droids, new everything, new weapons. Like, think about the difference between the weapons in the ships in the prequel trilogy versus the original trilogy. Or like the clones' armor versus the Stormtroopers' armor. Like, you can do a lot of that stuff. Yeah. Let's go back to where we were here.
Getting like an actual saber was just like...
Training for the fights is pretty...
Oh, wait. Who's fighting there? Hang on. This is Daphne Keene right here. She's playing Master Soul's apprentice, Jackie. Oh, I guess not. Never mind. Who is she fighting here? Or is this just like a trainer maybe? I don't know. I thought this was a different actress and we were going to...
Training for the fights is pretty special.
I'm still trying to be cool about
And Li Jiangjia says he's still trying to be cool about all these cool fight scenes.
it.
I consider myself very lucky to have Amandla as May.
She's a mysterious figure on a path for revenge.
You just can...
A mysterious figure on a path for revenge. That's a big piece of information, because revenge means that the Jedi caused her some harm in the past. And we talked about this theory that we were talking about on Tuesday and Saturday's stream about the witch's home being blown up, and May was there. She watched as the Jedi weren't there to protect her, or maybe even the Jedi killed the witches, who knows. But she's out for revenge because the Jedi destroyed her home. That's a pretty big piece of information there, because we didn't know that at first. We knew that she's hunting Jedi, but why? It's for revenge, which is interesting.
For revenge.
You just can see how dedicated she is.
I'm so excited for your fans to see the show.
So this actually gives us a little bit more information too.
You just can see how dedicated she is.
This ship right here, as it's going to crash into this planet, has Osha on board, the other twin. Yeah. Right here, as you can tell, she's crashing. And this is when they crash onto the snowy planet, and Master Soul is chasing her down, and she says, "You have to believe me, it wasn't me," as we see in this other trailer, if I can pull it up really quickly. I want to go back to the original trailer. Oh, wait, that's not it. That ain't it. Oh, wait, is it? Not this one. As we see them we see this fight scene in space as well. And that's Master Soul's ship, and they're fighting outside this planet. And then they crash land. If I can find that. Oh, yeah. They crash land
Jedi are
onto the snowy planet. And that's when we see Osha going, "It wasn't me, you have to believe me." Okay, so that is the very first trailer that just came out today. That gives us Plo Koon. That gives us Dave Filoni's direct involvement with the show. It's absolutely wild, okay? That is just the start. We got 3 more trailers to go over here, so I want to get through them all, so let's do it. And what are my thoughts on the Star Wars Oreos? They look amazing. I'm definitely going to have to pick them up for a stream or two. Yeah, they look cool. I want it to be Ilum so bad, but it probably won't be. Yeah, I seriously doubt it's going to be Ilum, that snowy planet. But it could be. I mean, you never know. I just doubt it. It would have to be because of coincidence, not because it's supposed to be there. Yeah. All right, let me catch up on some chats, and then we're going to go right into the next trailer. Jack says, "What is an Acolyte? Is this the first introduction?" No. So an Acolyte is the Sith work in the Rule of Two. After Darth Bane puts it into effect, the Sith, for the rest of time, at least as far as we know, stay in the Rule of Two. That means one master and one apprentice, and then the people under the apprentice are the Acolytes. They're people who worship the Sith, but they're not quite Sith. Think of Asajj Ventress or Savage Opress in the Clone Wars. But you also have just Acolytes of the Sith all throughout Star Wars. That's just Clone Wars examples. So the Acolyte are technically not Sith yet, but they are trying to become Sith. Yeah. Chris says, no, they don't all have to die. I really think that some Jedi, by the time of the Phantom Menace, know more than they want to admit. Well, it's clear, and we went over this last stream, that Yoda knows something and he's hiding something in the Phantom Menace. That's pretty much clear. I think that's why Yoda will make an appearance in this show, and that's what I said in my video. But yeah, we'll see. I hope the episodes are about an hour. I'm guessing they're probably going to be along the same lines of like The Mandalorian and Ahsoka, where they're around that 45-minute to an hour-long episodes. Probably some a little bit longer, probably some a little bit shorter, and people are going to complain about run times for the rest of time. But I think that's what we should expect. Yeah. Acolyte is one who attends or assists a leader. Follower. The mayor dines with his with a few of his acolytes. So there you go. It's somebody who assists a leader and who follows them. There you go. No, Yoda nor Yaddle will be in the show. Why do you think that? Why do you think that? And by the way, right now, only 65% of you think that is Plo Koon in the trailer, which is fascinating. Fascinating. Nice, Fearless. Legends fans in shambles right now. Actually, Legends fans might be pretty enthused, as we have an article to go over in a second here about Leslie Headland talking about how she pulled from Legends so much with this show. So Legends fans might actually be pretty excited when it comes to this one. I hate that Plo Koon died in Order 66. Yes, so does everybody. Yeah. I want a story about how the Jedi Council was formed. Well, you're going to get, maybe not how the Jedi Council was formed, but you're going to get, obviously, the Dawn of the Jedi movie, which is going to be the origins of the Jedi. Yeah, which is going to be pretty damn cool. Yeah. I got 15 episodes left in Season 3 of Rebels. Long night tonight. That's awesome. I wish, is this your first time watching through Rebels? Because that would be insane. Yeah. Hasn't a Season 2 of Acolyte already been approved? No. It's been rumored, but it hasn't been approved by Lucasfilm yet. Not quite. Yeah, not yet. Remember in the Clone Wars series, Yoda saw a vision of Order 66 during his trials with the Wills, and he said nothing about it. That is true. Yoda is pretty good at keeping a secret. And he does, in Season 6, go off and go on this crazy adventure to learn how to become a Force Ghost, to learn all this crazy stuff. He comes into contact with Darth frickin' Bane, or at least a Force vision of Darth Bane. And, like you said, he saw Order 66 happen in a Force vision, and he didn't tell anybody. The difference, like, obviously you could say that Anakin saw himself become Vader on Mortis. Anakin, Ahsoka, and Obi-Wan all forget about what happened on Mortis. They don't remember what happened. They wake up and they forgot what happened. However, Ahsoka is still the living embodiment of the light side of the Force. Anakin's prophecy is still to become the Father, the balance between the light and the dark, but they don't remember what happened there. Yoda remembers everything that happened during his adventure with the Wills of the Force, and he doesn't tell anybody. I don't know. I think Yoda's going to become more and more of a liar, and I think a lot of fans are going to dislike that quite a bit. Yeah. I think we should respect all YouTubers and their opinions because they have to respect ours. Oh, 100%. There's not a Star Wars YouTuber out there that should get hate. I personally believe. And let me rephrase. That I know of. A Star Wars YouTuber out there that I know of that shouldn't receive hate. Maybe there's somebody out there that's literally just shitting on people for liking Star Wars, and maybe that's a whole other thing. But that's their own problem, I guess. Yeah. I don't really like to talk about other Star Wars YouTubers because, let's be honest, if you're not here, what are you doing anyway? But there's some that I really, really respect more than others. But I don't think any of them deserve hate, so to speak. Yeah. I hate seeing negative comments in the comment section on YouTube. Me too. Mandalorian Legion says, I'm quite surprised at the turnaround I have seen in fans' responses for The Acolyte, because I'm seeing a lot more positivity than when the first trailer came out. Well, that's because a lot of fans are probably realizing that this show is going to be freaking good. And they want to hop on the bandwagon before it's too late. I think people are watching more and more trailers for this show, realizing, holy shit, this might actually be really, really good and show us a time period that we've been wanting to see for 20 plus years, and showing us a bunch of Jedi fighting against the dark side users, and really something we wanted to see for 40 some odd years. And they're trying to jump on before it's too late. I think, and I'm being completely genuine and honest when I say this, I think The Acolyte has the chance to be one of the greatest Star Wars shows ever created. Just purely based off of what we've seen and what we're hearing from behind the scenes. It's simple as that. Show me something that doesn't look good from any of these trailers. Show me something that doesn't look good. Yeah. Jay, what's up? How we doing? Oh, I just scroll down to the bottom. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Love the video you made yesterday. I appreciate that, B-Man. I appreciate it. In the entire Star Wars franchise, what aspect would you like to see more? Oh, Old Republic. Like, oh, what aspect? Or what? Like time period or at like? I don't know what you're referring to there. But if you're talking about time period, I'm saying Old Republic. Mike, unfortunately, haters are going to hate regardless. Even if the show is a big hit or a bigger hit than The Mandalorian, people will still have negative comments. That's true, and people still have negative comments about The Mandalorian. Season 3 in particular, but even Season 2, which is a freaking masterpiece. Don't even get me started on Ahsoka. Ahsoka gets more hate than anything, and it's the best single season of Star Wars content ever! So, I really don't know. I don't know how people see things. I think they might be blind, but yeah, haters going to hate, and there's never going to be a Star Wars project that comes out for the rest of time that won't receive hate in some way or another. Our jobs as Star Wars fans are to just ignore it and talk about the positives. Because the more you fuel the fire, the more you fight with the negativity, the more you give credibility to them. They're not the majority here. These negative screamers are just the minority screaming louder than everybody else and causing an uproar. When you interact with those people talking negatively about Star Wars, you feed their flame. And that's when it becomes the majority of people talking negatively. It really isn't. Yeah. It's really just a very small, sad portion of the fandom. Yeah. Next movie is the Mando movie. Yes, the Mando movie releases in 2 years from yesterday. So May 22nd, 2026 is when the Mando movie will release, which is awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Crazed Dominican, what's up, says, yo, I know this is off topic, but did you see the rumor about the KOTOR show in production? I have heard the rumor. There is almost no validity to that rumor so far. I'm keeping my eyes peeled for some sort of credible source saying that it could be true, but as of right now, there's nothing to that. So, as much as I would love to see us go to the Old Republic, I've been begging for it for years. I would way rather see it be in trilogy forms first and then go into shows, but that's just me. If they were going to start with the show, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I haven't heard anything solid when it comes to that. Yeah. Okay, should we watch the next trailer? I'm still very far behind on these chats, but I'll definitely read them. Don't you worry. What's up, Navarro? How we doing? Ian, how we doing? Get the Oreos for the watch party? I will, and I'll put them right inside of R2. R2 will become like a cookie jar almost.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Whoops. That's not good. R2's dead. Yikes. Okay, yeah. that's another issue, I guess. Did the dark side users respect the rule of two? To an extent. Obviously, some apprentices more than others. As you can see in Legends, Vader tried to have Starkiller. In canon, you see Dooku try to have Ventress as his apprentice. And you see some some apprentices be more truthful than others. Yeah. Martha, what's up? Says, hi, good to be here. The Acolyte really looks good. I agree with that, Master Martha. UV Clip says, what if the planet May is crashing onto is a Zepho or a Zepho planet or something? It could also be Ilum, but a Zepho is rooted in that kind of Jedi history like Ilum is, you know? Yes and no. I think it probably is neither. I think this planet, although it's going to be a cool ice planet, is not really going to be that important like Ilum is. I think Octu is in the trailer, as we're going to watch another trailer soon where we get a better look at it. I think it is. I killed R2. I didn't mean to. His head just fell off. I killed R2 before the watch. I know. I apologize. I'll put them back together, I think. But yeah, let's watch the next trailer because we do get a better look at Octu, or what looks to be Octu, in this other trailer. So that was the behind-the-scenes one. Great to see what looks to be Plo Koon. And seeing Dave Filoni being working on the show is pretty cool too. So we got 3 more trailers. And I'm going to ask you guys which one you want to see first. Okay, we got 3 trailers. One is May vs. Soul. It's the first official look at the show. So if you want May vs. Soul, put May vs. Soul in the chat. Then we got a behind-the-scenes look at Master Soul himself. That's pretty cool too. And then we got a 30-second TV spot. So TV spot, May vs. Soul, or Soul behind the scenes. Which would you guys want to see first? We're going to watch all of them, so don't worry about that. Plagueis was born on an ice planet, just saying. Again, I wouldn't put too much thought into the ice planet being significant. May vs. Soul, May vs. Soul. Okay, May vs. Soul, I get it. May vs. Soul, we'll do it. We're going to watch them all, so don't worry. But this is the first official clip, or scene, whatever you want to call it, from the Acolyte. So let's watch this. This is May vs. Soul.
You attack me without a weapon. Why?
So that's the entire scene. It's pretty cool. What sticks out to me the most, or a few things that stick out to me the most in this scene, is obviously the choreography. It's freaking fantastic. It's unbelievable. No lightsaber involved. Not in the slightest, except for the one that she's trying to reach on his belt, but it's not pulled out ever. But it brings, also, first of all, let me preface the score. Now, it's just a very brief fight scene, but it sounds amazing. We always worry, because John Williams is not involved in Star Wars anymore, that the score of a show could end up being bad. We had Ludwig do a fantastic job with The Mandalorian. We have Kiner Music doing a fantastic job with Ahsoka and the Rebels and the animated shows like The Bad Batch. But it's always an issue because John Williams is a lot to live up to. And this soundtrack does sound pretty good from where we're at so far. But what's really interesting to me about this scene, because this question was posed to me in the last stream, why is she not using a lightsaber? If she's killed Jedi before, why is she not stealing those Jedi's lightsaber and then using them on the next Jedi that she's going to kill? Why is she using knives? And actually, Master Soul asks the same question. Why are you not using a weapon? What's going on here? And we see in this fight, she's trying to reach for Master Soul's lightsaber. Right there. So if she's going to grab the lightsaber, she's going to kill him with his own lightsaber? Or what's going on here? Because we haven't seen how she actually kills these Jedi. We've seen her fight Master Indara. We see her almost kill the curly-haired dude. But we don't see if she kills them with her knives or with lightsabers. We really don't know. But she does go to pull out her knives at the end, and Master Soul has taken them from her. So clearly at this point, I'm guessing this scene is probably in the second or third episode, as we've already probably seen May kill Jedi, as Soul is supposed to be hunting her down afterwards. So she's already killed some Jedi, but she hasn't gone up against Master Soul, leading me to believe that Master Soul is going to be one of the more powerful Jedi in this series, which is cool, which is what we want to see. But that is the first official clip from the Acolyte show, and I actually don't... If that's in the first episode, this first episode is insane. Absolutely insane. Because you already know you're getting Master Indara fight first. You're probably going to see her kill at least one other Jedi after that, before she comes face-to-face with Soul. So that means you're going to get at least 3 fights in the first episode. I seriously doubt it. Now, it is a 2-episode premiere, so it's probably likely that this scene is in at least one of the first 2 episodes, because it is the first official scene from the show. But it's crazy how much information, or how many scenes we've seen from these trailers that are probably only going to be in the first 2 episodes. Like, we might be coming out of the premiere going, well, what now? We've seen all of these scenes. What do we do now? Because Star Wars usually only shows the first couple episodes in the trailers. They don't usually show the back half of the seasons in the trailers. But that's pretty cool. That's just the fight between May and Soul. Let's now switch our gears over a little bit here to another behind-the-scenes one about Master Soul. This is about Li Zhangqia's character. This is about a minute long.
I was right.
Oops. And Leslie Headland talks about how when she was writing the character for Master Soul, that's when Squid Games came out, and she goes, that's my soul right there. Let's watch this.
I was writing the character of Soul when Squid Game came out. I said that's Soul.
You carry a Jedi weapon, but you are no Jedi.
Li Zhangqia just ran the gamut of every single emotion.
He has been a legendary actor for years. He has real ownership of his character.
We have a suspect, an old Padawan of yours.
Let me be the one to bring her in.
You know, he is such a lovely actor, JJ. I feel so much like he just has so much heart that he brings to it, and so genuine.
JJ knows how to switch from being formidable and then switch to being heartbreaking. I don't know many actors that can do that.
Li Zhangqia shines so beautifully in this role and looks fantastic when he's fighting. It's really like dancing. JJ is just a cool Jedi.
Honestly, I still can't believe I played a part in Star Wars. I'm still trying to be cool about it.
So it's kind of funny that they call him JJ, but we get another look at this forest scene with our boy Plo Koon. But what's interesting,
You know,
this is behind the scenes, obviously, because you see some of the technology in the works here. But the background of Coruscant is actually there because they're in the volume right now, which is pretty cool. Let's go take a look at this, though. Yeah, here it is.
Heart that he brings to it.
This is the same forest scene, but it's from behind the scenes because you can see a camera right there.
And so genuine.
It's too hard to make out who's back there.
JJ knows.
You can't tell. All right. They're keeping Plo Koon a secret for now. Until they literally showed us who it is. Yeah. So this is Osha, by the way, running through the flames in the forest, not May.
I still can't.
Which is interesting.
Believe I played.
Still can't believe he plays a role in Star Wars. Honestly, I think Master Soul might steal the show. He's probably going to be like that sort of main hero type character for this show, as he is the former master of one of the twins, and now he's sort of taking the lead of hunting down May and hunting down the main villain. And he's obviously in the forest with the Sith. So he's probably going to be the main character, I would guess. But I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on Soul? Master Soul? Is he hyped up as a character for you? What do we think? What do we think? Will Coruscant be in the show? Yes, 100% yes. We've already seen it in the trailers multiple times. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Maybe May uses Zendara's lightsaber to kill her at the bar. I think she might. But what's weird is she leaves the lightsaber behind, which doesn't make any sense to me. Why is she not taking the lightsaber to fight the next Jedi with? Catherine, what's up? So everyone we know and love aren't born yet, apart from possibly Plo Koon and Yoda. Well, there's a few others like Yaddle and Oppo and Uriel Poof. And maybe one or two more. But yeah, almost all the other characters that you know and love from the prequel trilogy are not born yet, so they can't be in the Acolyte show. Yeah. Yeah. Why doesn't she use the Force to pull it? Well, here's the thing. We don't really know if May... Well, you know that she can use the Force, but we don't know how powerful she is with the Force. And that's kind of what changes the whole dynamic of this May character. We don't know how powerful she really is with the Force. Yeah. Ooh, interesting. David says, I bet she takes the Kyber crystals and leaves the sabers behind. Huh. Why would she do that, though? To bleed it and create a new lightsaber? That's a possibility. Huh. That's fascinating. Because we do see in one of the trailers her wearing something around her neck that's like a glowing green thing. But we don't really know what that is. Interesting. Very interesting. Maybe she just takes the Kyber crystals. Fascinating. I'm going to say this is the second episode. And why did they release a clip? Or why did they release a clip from the second episode? I don't know. Wait, I'm confused. Does May have a high midichlorian count? Well, we have no idea about anything about their midichlorian counts. But I would guess that she is a Force user. We've seen her wield the Force in the trailers as she forces the knives into her hands. We just don't know how powerful she is with the Force. Yeah. Sir Gungi says, I'm thinking she is using the knives because it's sort of an initiation. She has to kill them without a lightsaber as the Sith sort of look down upon the weapon of the Jedi. She's trying to be an apprentice. So you're saying that she has to kill a Jedi first to be worthy to wield a lightsaber in the Sith's eyes. But we see her murder Jedi. So wouldn't she already have accomplished that? I don't know. It's interesting. Interesting! I like the theory, though. Chris says, it may be in the second episode. It makes the premiere in the theaters so much more explosive. Yeah, well, they are releasing it into select theaters around the world. We talked about that last stream. And that's pretty big because that means they have a lot of faith in this show. But 2-episode premiere does sort of rub some fans the wrong way. They did this with Ahsoka. They did this with Andor is actually a 3-episode premiere. They did this with Kenobi as well. It's only an 8-episode show. And when you put 2 episodes in the same day, then you only have 6 more weeks after the premiere instead of 7 or even 8 if you extend the show. Yeah. Soul's badass. Yeah, he is. Knives are quiet weapons. Is that what you mean? Because they don't bring attention by like using a lightsaber. True. Maybe May's trying to stay hidden and not wield a lightsaber because she's trying to stay hidden. I don't know. It is weird. It is quite strange. Is that the Squid Game actors? Squid Game actor? Yeah, it is. It is. True. It is indeed. Soul's toast by the end of the series. You think Soul will die? That would be crazy. That would be crazy. What's Soul on Lucas's power scale? An 8? I really don't know. He does look very powerful, though. He does look like he's probably going to be one of the more powerful Jedi in this show. I don't know where he'd be at on the power scale of George Lucas, though. Yeah. If Hu Yang does show up, I'm curious what he'll do. I don't think he'll show up in the Acolyte show. I think he's more actually likely to show up 25,000 years before in in Tales of the not Tales of the Jedi, in Dawn of the Jedi. Yeah. Jack says, oh yeah, great point. She does have a kyber around her neck. Well, we don't know if that's a kyber crystal. It's just a glowing green thing. It could be a kyber crystal, though. Yeah. The Grievous method, a fine addition to her collection. That'd be kind of cool. My head's just spinning with theories. Yeah, me too. I mean, there's so much information given to us in all these different trailers. It's hard to piece them together. But let's watch this next trailer. This was a TV spot that actually gives us pretty good amount of information and more evidence to support my theory that we came up with live on Tuesday. It gives way more evidence to support that that theory is true. Yeah. Okay. So let's read this. I mean, let's watch this, not read it. Let's watch it. So we got May waking up. This is Osha waking up. This is after the crash. Clearly, as you can see, there's snow in her ship, and she looks to be on a crashed ship.
Jedi are being murdered.
I didn't do it! Please believe me!
I sense something dark.
Star Wars.
So this might be my favorite trailer so far. Just the way it's pieced together, using the offbeats of Osha's breath like that is very, very cool. But the way that they piece this together, giving us new scenes, old scenes, and showing us, of course, like before the Empire, before the Phantom Menace, there was an Acolyte. It's very cool to put it together that way. But let's break this down, because we got Osha waking up on her crashed ship on the snowy planet like we talked about before. Then we see Master Indara, and this is from the flashback where she's at the witch's house that eventually blows up and causes this whole damn thing. And then we see Sol, who's looking for her.
Jedi.
This is very interesting. So this is the curly-haired Jedi that I told you guys is probably going to die in the first episode. We see May in a previous trailer. Let me show you guys that one. Shnikes. I gotta have like two trailers up at the same time here. Let me do this. So we got this trailer right here. The original trailer. Where is it? Oh, here we go.
Are being hunted.
Yeah, this guy right here. So this is the same guy, the curly-haired dude that May is killing in this scene, or trying to kill in this scene. That same Jedi, who's curly-haired dying to May right here, is in the same scene right here, now dead on the floor, but that's not May. That's Osha. That's her twin sister. Why is she there? Anybody? Why is she there? Now, I actually think, obviously, this is during the daytime, and this is during the nighttime, which is a clear indication of a time difference in these scenes. I think this is obviously the next day, or maybe even days later, where Master Sol has now captured Osha, or found Osha, and brought her in to help, because she isn't doing it. She's the one who claims that she's not doing it, at least. And now Master Sol is showing her this dead Jedi and saying, well, who the hell did this if it wasn't you? Because it's supposed to be you. So I think this is probably Osha not being there under her own circumstances, but being there because Master Sol brought her there. That's kind of just where I'm at with it. She's there because she's being framed. That would be crazy, John, if I do say so myself. Because if this is Osha not being taken there by Master Sol, like I just said, then that changes everything. Because that not only means that May is killing Jedi, but she's also being framed, or she's also framing her twin sister for doing so. That's a lot more work, so to speak. So that would mean that she has to have Osha nearby when she kills a Jedi. That seems a little bit overkill, if you ask me. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I don't know if that's how they're going to go about this. But it's a possibility. I like it, John. I like it. I like where your head's at. But regardless, this is Osha here, not May. Yeah, I'm 100% on for the twin theory now. Me too. I mean, there's almost no denying that there's a twin theory. I mean, that they're twins. Osha and May are two different characters. We see the two different characters throughout this entire trailer. If they are not twins at this point, I'd be way more surprised. Way more surprised. Trent, what is up, Trent? How we doing? All right, let's keep watching.
Are being murdered.
But the other reason I think that this is the same scene is because it looks like Master Soul is standing in this doorway that we're looking at from the camera's angle. And that's him right there, the same doorway. So him, his apprentice Genki, and then some other Jedi over there are looking directly at Osha, looking at this dead body too. And they're in shock, like, what did you do? Or did you do this? Or who did this? Or whatever. Yeah.
Are being murdered.
I didn't do it!
I didn't do it!
Please believe me!
Do we believe her? Did she really not do it? Did she really not do it? May wearing a mask has always puzzled me. Framing Osha could be a possibility. Yeah, why does she wear the mask over her face if she's not really hiding her identity that well? That's a possibility too. That is true. Now Yoda is becoming one with the Force? What are you talking about? Osha is following the trail of dead bodies. But why? Is she trying to stop her own sister before the Jedi do? That would be kind of cool. Before the Empire. Then we get to look at our Wookiee Jedi here, Kel Naka, back in action. This is the same scene between him and the curly-haired guy wielding a blue lightsaber. So we saw that. We saw him force push him last time, but this is a different scene. Actually, wait, no, that's Soul. What is going on here? What is going on here? This is Soul. You can tell by the blue lightsaber, and then in the very last frame... Oh, fuck. You can tell his hair's not curly. So it's not the curly hair, dude. The very last frame, if I can get it here. Damn it. Damn. You can see his face. Hang on. I got this. That's probably the best I can get. You can see his face. That's Master Soul. Why is Kel Naka fighting against everybody? What is going on? Epic Quizster, what's up? Thanks, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. What is going on? Why is, so this is the same scene at the witch's house, or the witch's place, wherever this place is, that gets blown up later on in the previous trailer. Let me pull up the other trailer. Okay, hang on. This is the same witch's place that blows up in this trailer right here.
Don't change it.
See? Look at the background. Same location as this right here. But this is the flashback of it. And Kel Naka is fighting against not only Master Soul, as we can see right here, but also he's fighting against the curly-haired dude in... Which trailer? There's so many trailers. In this trailer? Yeah, this trailer. In this trailer.
Do it!
He's fighting against Curly Man here. Oh, hang on. See, curly-haired dude right there. This is not Master Soul. This is curly-haired man. So why is Kel Naka fighting against curly-haired dude if he's a freaking Jedi Master and Master Soul in this scene in front of the witches? What is going on? Anybody? Does anybody have any answers for this? There's something weird going on in this flashback sequence. This is the same sequence, at least as far as we know. This is the same sequence where Master Soul is kneeling down, handing a lightsaber to his new apprentice, Osha. We see Master Indara's there, curly-haired dude's there, Kel Naka is there. For some reason, Kel Naka is fighting against Master Soul and curly-haired dude. But why? Do you know that the Acolyte show is based off of Star Wars High Republic comics? Because I recognize one of the characters, by the way. Do you think that Yoda will make an appearance in the show? I do think Yoda will make an appearance in the show. Not very big appearance, but he will be in the show. And yes, there is a character, Vanestra Rowe, who is from High Republic comics that is in the show as well. She's the bald lady with green skin. Yes. Yes, indeed. The witches are possessing the Jedi. Are the witches possessing the Jedi or Kel Naka? And even so, that proves that these witches have more power than the Force. Interesting. Remember the worms from Geonosis? Maybe something like that from the witches? The worms? Oh, the worms that took over their brains. Oh, this is crazy. So we've seen witches use magic in the past. We've seen the Night Sisters of Dothamir wield magic. Mother Talzin is more powerful than a Jedi Knight, which is crazy. We saw some more Night Sister magic in the Jedi games and in Ahsoka as of fairly recently. We saw the mother of the Mountain Clan in Tales of the Empire have teleportation abilities or something like that. So witches in Star Wars are not to be messed around with. They're not to be tampered with. And it's possible that the witches here might be messing with the Jedi or not even messing with them, seriously trying to injure or hurt them. So here's the possibility, okay? The witches are giving, or at least not giving, maybe the Jedi are taking Osha from the witches. And the witches, in so, are upset about that and maybe pinning the Jedi against each other. And now we have these Jedi fighting against each other. And the Jedi realize that that these witches are more powerful than they once knew. And now, if I can get to this other frickin' trailer, they have to be dealt with. And by doing so, they blow them up. They blow them up and ruin their home. And that's what creates May to eventually set out to have revenge, as we heard in the other trailer, on the Jedi. Again, we're piecing all this together. A lot of it's speculatory. A lot of it is just us guessing. But there has to be a reason that Kel Naka is fighting against the curly-haired Jedi and Master Soul right in front of the witch's house. These witches are far more important than anyone is talking about. And I don't know why nobody's talking about it, honestly, because witches have been extremely important in recent past in Star Wars for the last 15 years, since the Clone Wars. I don't know. It's pretty fascinating. It is pretty fascinating, but this is a very, very interesting scene of Kel Naka fighting against Master Soul in front of the witches. We get another look at Ahch-To, or what looks to be Ahch-To here. As we see our May character, and there's some sort of shrine or something up here. We can see a design on the side there, or what looks to be like a railing or something. I don't know what it is, but this does look to be that Ahch-To-like planet again. We get the best look so far we've had at this mask, or just the mask, I guess. Is his head chopped off, or did he just take off the mask? I think it's probably more likely that he just took off the mask than his head got chopped off, but you never know. We did get a very good look, though. It's not really a black mask. It's more of like a bronze-ish mask, but the creepy smile is still there, and it looks probably more like, I mean, what do you guys think? Is his head chopped off here, and is that his body back there? Or, imagine his head gets chopped. Imagine this guy. Give me a 1 into the chat if you think his head got chopped off. Give me a 2 if you think that it's just his mask came off. So 1 is head chopped off. 2 is it's just his mask on the floor. Imagine they were teasing this weird looking masked creature Sith Lord dude in the forest throughout all these trailers. And then they just kill him off in the opening scene. Or not the opening scene, but the opening premiere. The first 2 episodes. They chop his head off. Imagine Master Soul chops his head off. There's a possibility. We talked about how these Jedi can't survive in the forest because they would know that there's a Sith around. But what if they kill him? 8 Jedi versus 1 creepy-looking Sith? It's a possibility that the Jedi succeed. And we will see Yord in a second fighting against the Sith. What if they chop his head off? What if this creepy-looking masked Sith Lord dude is nobody? And they just chop his head off and it's like, there you go. No more mask, dude. I don't want Yord or Genki to die. Me either. And it's possible that they could win. Off with your head. Exactly. Off with your head. That's why the Jedi don't think that they're a threat anymore. It's possible. The Jedi don't think that they're a threat anymore because they chopped their head off. And they're no longer an issue. It's a possibility. Let's keep watching. This is when we get Yord versus the creepy masked looking Sith dude. Yord looks pretty badass. He's got a yellow lightsaber. I do really like that. I don't really know who's behind him there. It's hard to tell. Could be Genki, could be somebody else. But we do get a pretty good look at this lightsaber combat here, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Again, we get that look of May with her cool ship behind her. But then it's a very brief scene, but it's our curly-haired dude, and again, a Wookiee hand seemingly crushing his skull. He's got scratch marks on his face. Kel Naka is absolutely killing them. Like, killing them. What? I don't know what's going on here, but Kel Naka's either lost his mind or the other Jedi are fighting against him and he's trying to save his own life. One way or another, something weird's going on here. Because he's like crushing his skull and scratching his face, and either the Wookiee got mind controlled, like Zap is saying, or the other Jedi did, because we do see this curly-haired guy's eyes go black in one of the other trailers. They like roll back into his head and they go black. It could be that Kel Naka... all right. Let me... We're all over the place today, but bear with me for a second. When you go onto StarWars.com, let's go to StarWars.com. StarWars.com. When you go onto StarWars.com and you go to the Acolyte, and you see the countdown for the Acolyte, we got 12 days and 5 hours, which is cool. But you got descriptions of characters here. And when you go to Kel Naka, like we did last stream, you get one very brief, short sentence that says, Kel Naka is a Wookiee Jedi, a loner who lives in a solitary life. Now, maybe there's an explanation for this. There's a reason that he's a loner who lives a solitary life by himself. And maybe that's because of what happened in the past at this witch's temple where he's maybe killing other Jedi, or at least trying to. What is the possibility here that the reason Kel Naka is living this solitary life in present day? Whoops! In where was that? Oh no! Where is Kel? In present day, he's living this solitary confinement. This is solitary life because of what happened in the past at the witch's house. What? Let me ask you guys this, okay? What if Kel Naka's not in the wrong here? What if he's trying to protect himself in Soul and Indara and the curly-haired dude? What if those are the ones who are corrupted by the witches and having to fight against Soul? I mean, fight against Kel Naka. And Kel Naka has to protect himself. And this causes him to have like some sort of PTSD, and that's what leads him to this solitary confinement life. What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? Oops. I honestly think Kel Naka might be that had no control over him. I honestly think Kel Naka might not be in the wrong here. Do I think that's Plo Koon? What are you talking about? This guy right here? No. What are you talking about? He looks so sad in that shot. I know, he looks depressed. Look at him. He's so sad. He has to live a solitary life. I don't know. I think he's in the right here. So you're saying that Soul's under the spell too? Yeah, he might be. He might be. Maybe it's because he's a Wookiee that they can't get into his head. I don't know. Something like that could be a possibility. Let's keep watching this trailer, though, because that's just the beginning. We get Soul here using the Force. It looks like a flashback. Yeah, he's got shorter hair. So it looks like he's trying to save maybe the witch's house or save somebody, who knows. But this is part of the flashback. We've seen this countless times. Oops. Throughout the trailer. This is Soul's ship flying through this ice field. We see other shots of this where he's crashing. This is outside of the ice planet, I'm assuming, where they crash land. But this is clearly an important scene because it's in almost every single trailer in one way or another. Yeah.
I sense something dark.
He senses something dark, obviously. But we got May finally picking up a lightsaber here, which is interesting. Is this the same Forest? Who knows?
Dark. Star Wars.
He senses something dark, but this is when he's looking at the red lightsaber wielding smiley face dude in the forest.
I sense something dark.
I don't know. It's a lot. We got a ton of trailers here, a ton of information here, and we're trying to piece it all together. But it is extremely difficult. So I don't know. It's quite wild, if I do say so myself. It is quite wild. So with all of those trailers, that was all 4 of the trailers, I believe, and we broke them down fairly well. With all 4 of those trailers having been watched now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for The Acolyte? How excited are you for The Acolyte? Your Plo Koon poll is still up. Time for a new poll. I can start up a new poll. Let's start up a new poll. Let's end this Plo Koon one. Let's see where you guys are at with the Plo Koon. Do you think that Plo Koon will be in the show? 67% of you say yes, or do you think that that is Plo Koon? And 32% of the math is not mathing, but 32% of you say no. Interesting. Fascinating. Okay, let's see. On a scale of 1 to 10, we got a 10 out of 10, 20 out of 10, 8.5. My head is still fried with all these theories. True. 10 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. That's a lot of 10 out of 10s. If I do say so myself. I'm probably not at a 10 out of 10. I think I could be more excited. It might sound crazy. I'm probably at like a 9.8. I feel like there's still something that they could do that would get me even more excited, so I don't want to put myself at the limit. But I'm probably at like a 9.8 out of 10 when it comes to the show. Every trailer does seem to get me more excited, which is genius. The marketing team over at Lucasfilm needs a raise because what they're doing is freaking spectacular. Yeah. And while we're at it, round up. Yeah, we'll round up. Can I get some good cups follow orders in the chat, please? Someday I'll make a song or some sort of like clip for the good cup that follows orders. Yeah. If you guys are not in the Discord, there's a Discord in the description below. Go join that because we just added some new emojis to that chat, and they're pretty funny. They're pretty funny if I do say so myself. I went from a 5 out of 10 to an 8 out of 10 from the latest new trailers. That's good. That's good to hear. That is good to hear. John says, is this the first live-action project without Stormtroopers or Clone Troopers? Let's see. The prequels obviously have clones. The originals obviously have Stormtroopers. The sequels have Stormtroopers. The Mandalorian has Stormtroopers. Ahsoka has Stormtroopers. Book of Boba Fett? Is there a Stormtrooper in the Book of Boba Fett? We'll move on. Somebody help me out in the chat. Is there a Stormtrooper in the Book of Boba Fett? Andor has Stormtroopers. Kenobi has Stormtroopers. So yeah, Boba Fett is the only one in question here. Is there I can't for the life of me remember where there would be a Stormtrooper in Boba Fett. Huh. Interesting. Episode 1 had one Stormtrooper in... Oh, yeah! There's a Stormtrooper in the Sarlacc pit. You are absolutely right. There's a Stormtrooper in the Sarlacc pit. Yes. Yes. Star Wars Bro says, how did you make your logo? Sorry, I left. I don't know if you answered this. I did not answer it. But how did I make my logo? I had help from a girl who loves Star Wars, actually. Yeah, I've had that logo for quite a while now. Yeah. You're talking about the half me, half Vader logo? Yeah, that's been a while. Yeah. That is right. Yeah, so, yeah, this is the first ever live-action Star Wars project without a Stormtrooper. Hey, maybe there will be Stormtroopers in it. Maybe there will. Just kidding. They obviously wouldn't be around by now. Are you scared if Disney's going to ruin the movie? What movie? The Mandalorian movie? No. I'm not. I have all the faith in the world in Dave Filoni. All the faith. Yeah, there was Stormtrooper in episode 1. Yeah, I love Star Wars Rebels so much. My marathon is almost done. I'm nearly halfway through in only 2 weeks. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, yeah, I forgot about the Sarlacc Pit too. Is that the only Stormtrooper, though, in the entire Kenobi show? The new one, The Acolyte? The Acolyte's not a movie. The Acolyte's a show. But no, I'm not worried. Mike, are you going to do a whole live stream on Plo Koon's voice? Wait. Oh, in Plo Koon's voice, if it is him in The Acolyte? No. I probably do a pretty bad Plo Koon impression if I were to guess. But I really hope that it is. If it is, though, I'm going to be like, ah! I'm going to be excited. Mike, do you prefer animation or live action for Star Wars? That's a great question. Honestly, I would say live action. Like, without a doubt, live action. But I think some of the best storytelling in Star Wars just happens to be in animation. Rebels, Clone Wars, Bad Batch, Tales, like, all of that is some top tier Star Wars. It just happens to be animation. So I prefer live action 10 times out of 10, but animation's kind of where it's at when it comes to Star Wars content. Anybody who doesn't watch animation, in my personal opinion, needs to go watch it immediately. Because if you're holding back on watching the Clone Wars because you think it's a kid's show, or Rebels because you think it's a kid's show, it's not. I'm actually started rewatching Clone Wars right now. And in like episode 3, heads are being chopped off. Yeah. Star Wars Bro says, how would you recommend how would you recommend someone start a Star Wars channel? Honestly, it's about consistency and not really worrying about the numbers. I've been live streaming for about a year and a half. Actually, way over that now. A year and 8 months, maybe, something like that. And for the first year-ish, I probably only had single-digit people listening to me at all times. Now I'm up around 50, and that's still a pretty good amount, but I want to grow even more from here. But it's about consistency, because I was still streaming 3 times a week almost, every week, with almost nobody listening. And you have to do that. That's almost like work that you have to do, being unnoticed for a while, until you get to a point where people are tuning in. And then when people are tuning in, you have to be obviously entertaining. You have to keep people's attention and all that other stuff. Yeah. Easy for you to say you have like 50K. Yeah, but 50K, it was extremely difficult to get, and it took me 3.5 years. It's not an easy task. It's about consistency, because I've been making videos for over 2 years or 3 years now, and nobody was watching at first. Nobody's ever going to be watching. Everybody starts at 0. That's the biggest thing, is everybody, as soon as you start a channel, starts at 0 subscribers. That doesn't change for anybody. Doesn't change for me, doesn't change for Star Wars Theory, doesn't change for anybody in between. There's no difference between you and me starting a Star Wars channel today. It's 0. It's how you get from 0 to 50K or 100K or 1 million subscribers, or even the first 100. It's about consistency, making content even though nobody's watching you. And you have to love it, because there's a lot of times where you're like, is this worth it? It's getting 1 view. It's getting 2 views. It's getting no comments. It's getting no likes. Is it worth it? And that's sort of the line that you have to play. You have to love what you're doing. You have to love what you're doing. That's the biggest thing. You have to love it. Or you're going to end up resenting it and hating it. I could have gone a year creating content, getting almost no views, and going, all right, this is not for me. I don't like this. And then stopped. And then 2 years later, I wouldn't have gotten to the point that I am now. I was at 5,000 subscribers at the start of this year. It's May, and I'm at 50,000. So this big jump only happened over the last couple months. It's about consistency for sure. Consistency in loving what you do. If you love what you do, then it doesn't feel like work. People talk about people ask me all the time, how do I come onto a live stream and talk about Star Wars for 2 hours, 3 times a week? And I'm like, I don't feel like I have enough time to talk about Star Wars. I feel like I should be doing more streams a week, longer streams, because there's just that much I want to talk about, that much I want to speculate about, that much news to talk about in general. So it's all about just, it's hard to describe because it's hard to tell you. You got to love what you do. You got to love what you do, or else you're going to resent it and you're going to quit. So before you even start, ask yourself, do I love Star Wars enough to go my first 50, 100, 200 videos getting almost no views? Yeah. I hope that helped. Maybe it didn't, but I certainly hope it helped. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I hope to see Star Wars Bros be one of the biggest Star Wars channels in the world. Star Wars Bros says, well, I don't know if people would want to watch me anyway, so I quit. Oh, well, he already quit. Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Well, that was quick. I hope I didn't convince you out of it. I was trying to help, but now that I think about it, what I said was kind of like quit or else. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Where was I? Now that I got completely thrown out of whack. Alex says, I hope we get to see Opie Pitt in the Mando movie. We could. We definitely could. He's around. Actually, is he around at the time? Because he's from Star Wars Resistance, right? Would he be alive in the Mando movie? Jack says, I love the Clone Wars too much, but then I love how they can mix up all the aliens and humans in live action. I also don't think I'll watch Resistance. I don't think. Yeah, I still haven't seen Resistance. I know sort of the premise, but I haven't seen it. I love both live action and animation Star Wars. Should we start up a new poll? Actually, wait, did we not start up a new poll before? What the hell? Where did our poll go? Oh, did I not start up a new one? Shit. Okay, let's start up a new poll. Do you, this is just going to be a short poll, but do you prefer, or well, actually go, which do you prefer? Which do you prefer? Live action or animation? Well, for Star Wars, hang on. For Star Wars. Which do you prefer, live action or animation? Which do you prefer? Let's see. Okay, where was I? The Bad Batch, for example, is far from a kid's show. Oh, yeah, 100%. And that third season was so dark, it was like, if I had a kid, I would not be showing him those shows. That's the deal. I'd maybe show them, like, Young Jedi Adventures, but I wouldn't be showing them the Clone Wars. Yeah. Animation has time to explain more. That is true. That is true. That is true. Jack says, this is a thing that I got a lot of Star Wars... Wait. This is the thing. I got a lot of Star Wars content left, but Resistance doesn't seem like it's for me for some reason. Yeah, I don't know. Resistance is a whole nother thing. I don't know. Actually, whoa. I did not expect this poll to go this way. We are about 50-50 currently. Oh, well, now it's moving a little bit towards more 60-40, but 56% of you guys prefer live action. But that means that 44% of you prefer animation. That's actually really surprising to me. We need a both for the poll because I enjoy both. Well, you can enjoy both. It's more, which do you prefer more, Fearless, you know? That's a tough question on the poll. Okay, I understand, but which do you prefer? Yeah. Thanks, B-Man. I appreciate that. B-Man says, I started my channel about 3 months ago. That's awesome. That's awesome, B-Man. Go give B-Man a subscribe. Boom. Oh, B-Man's a gamer. Let's all go subscribe to B-Man. Okay, where was I? Mando United says, Resistance doesn't appeal to me either. Yeah. What do you think is peak Star Wars? Well, there's a lot of peak Star Wars. I don't think just one specific thing is peak. I would say Ahsoka is definitely peak. I would say The Mandalorian Season 2 and 1 are peak. I would say the whole original trilogy is peak. Revenge of the Sith is peak. Clone Wars, certain arcs in the Clone Wars are peak. Rebel Season 3 and 4 are peak. The end of Rebel Season 2 is peak. Tales of the Jedi is peak. Certain aspects of Tales of the Empire are peak. It's hard to describe peak Star Wars because I think so much of it is at that level. Yeah. It's hard to tell. But if I were to just choose one as the peak of the mountain, that's tough. Probably Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. All in all, that movie from start to finish is peak by definition. Yeah. Yeah. Clone Wars is not for kids because Savage Opress died on screen by Palpatine. Well, a lot of people die on screen in the Clone Wars, but yeah, Savage Opress definitely does too. Yeah. No worries, Abby. I appreciate it. I love talking about Star Wars. I feel safe in this community. Well, that's the goal. That is the goal. We can have differing opinions like we do countless times on these streams, but it's how you go about it. When you're just yelling at each other, talking about stupid nonsense and how one person thinks this and the other person thinks that, like, you're not getting anywhere. Talking negatively, easy for me to say, negatively about Star Wars isn't getting you anywhere unless you're actually open to other people's perspectives and open to having a civil conversation. It just doesn't help anybody. Yeah. Did you have a channel before this one? No. This was my first attempt. And that's kind of why it was such a slow start, I think. I was learning as I went. Yeah. Yeah. Alex says, it's crazy how fast you grew. I remember I subscribed to you on January 3rd, and your channel just started blowing up. Consistency is key. Consistency is key, but yeah, when you subscribed, then I was only at 5,000 subscribers, and now we're at 50, which is insane. But yeah, it's a lot of just consistency, for sure. Yeah. Mando United says, wow. Oh, well, just go down to the bottom. I guess he just said, wow. Wow. You clearly love it and are enthusiastic and positive. Yeah, I mean, obviously. After 3 years of this, you gotta have the love for it. That's for sure. Yeah. Tress7, what's up, says, that's a great story, man. Inspiring others to start their own channels. Honestly, even being 3.5 some odd years into this, if you were thinking about starting a channel, I would say abso-freaking-lutely do it. Do it. Again, it has to be about something that you love. It doesn't even have to be Star Wars. It could be Marvel. It could be DC. It might not even have to be about a social media thing. It could be video games. It could be breadsticks. Who cares? It could be anything. But you have to love it, and you have to obviously have an audience. There might not be an audience for breadsticks. Maybe. But you have to love it. And if you are going to start a channel about anything, do it. Just do it. Why not? Who's it gonna hurt? Like I said, everybody starts at 0, but maybe you catch a wave. Maybe you catch a wave, and then you ride it to the shore. I don't know. I would definitely say, do it. Yeah, I love breadsticks. See, who doesn't love breadsticks? It might be a great thing. It might be a fan-freaking-tastic idea. I might start a new channel on breadsticks. I might just do it. Because who doesn't love a breadstick? Let's be honest. Who doesn't? Can I get a Wookiee growl? All right, since somebody said... we know the rule around here is if you want impressions from me, you got to send in a super chat. Okay? But because of Rose being so generous over the last couple live streams, sending in all these super chats, and I appreciate it quite a bit, I will do my Chewbacca impression again because I already did it a few streams ago. And I think it's pretty good, if I do say so myself. I mean, I'm not really good at practicing about it, but, you know, a guy who loves breadsticks. Yeah. Damn, now I don't know if... now I'm nervous about my Wookiee impression again. I don't remember how to do it. Damn it. All right, let me try. Where is Rose? She's not here today, but she knows. All right. That's for Kel Naka, okay? That is for Kel Naka. We hope that you're doing okay. Okay. Abby says, because of you guys, I have a YouTube channel about Star Wars. Abby, you gotta... Hang on. Let's go subscribe to Abby. Abby, subscribed. Boom. Nice, Abby. Keep this up. Looks like you're onto something there. All right, let me close that up. All right. Where was I? Thanks, Zavino. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Okay, by the way, this poll is currently at 63% of you will prefer live action. That's still a lot of people who would say animation, though, if I do say so myself. Yeah, great impression. Thanks. I appreciate it. I think my Wookiee is my best impression so far. Now, we've done a bunch of impressions. General Grievous in the house. What's up?
Hello there.
I've done a bunch of impressions over the last couple weeks because of the new rule of Super Chat for an impression. And you guys have made me do Watto, Jar Jar, Zero the Hutt, some crazy impressions. But I think my Wookiee so far has been my best. So far. I think my Jar Jar actually wasn't that bad. Was that last stream? Something like that? Wasn't that bad. Yeah. Live action, it's a very hard choice. True. You needed both. Yeah. Tough pull. True. I prefer animation, honestly, because the stories that we've gotten in animation are better, and they aren't limited with what they can do. It's true that animation can do anything, and it costs a lot less, and it has a lot, it has a lot less, it costs a lot less, but it has the ability to do more. When you watch the Clone Wars, and even, obviously, the Bad Batch we just ended watching, you have the ability to tell stories like Tales of the Empire, Tales of the Jedi, in very short amount of stories that are only like 10 to 15 minutes, but they allow you to do some really, really cool stuff. Yeah. Pretty cool. Oh, Qui-Gon's Ghost with a very generous $2 holla. I appreciate that, but you just said totally worth it. And it's your first ever Super Chat. That's very generous. I appreciate that quite a bit. But you didn't tell me to do an impression. But you just said totally worth it. Oh, were you the one who asked me to do the Wookiee one? Oh, I get you. I get you. I appreciate it. If you want another impression, send it in the chat. Yeah. But I get the preference of animation over live action because animation tells so much story. Think about it. We have 3 trilogies of live action, the prequels, originals, and sequels, and then 2 spin-off movies of Rogue One and Solo. That's 11 movies. And then you have Andor, Mando, Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, Kenobi, now Acolyte. And all those are live action series. However, even that is only, 6 or 7? What did I say? 6, 7, 5? Whatever it is. 6-ish seasons of live action shows. You have the Clone Wars movie. 7 seasons of the Clone Wars. It's already up to 8. 4 more seasons. That brings us to 11. 4 more seasons of Rebels. 3 more seasons. That brings us to 14 of The Bad Batch. And that's already probably more time-wise content from, I should say, animation than we do live action. Can somebody actually do the math in the chat? What is there more of? Is there more live action content or more animated content? Oh, David with the very, 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 very generous $5 holla. God damn. Says, we'll still be supporting... you still supporting the Shadow of the Sith mask theory? Oh, it seems plausible after the trailer showed the mask on the ground. Also, do Bib Fortuna? Okay, I'll get to the Bib Fortuna in a second. Very, very generous $5. I appreciate that quite a bit. Do I still support the Shadow of the Sith theory? So let me bring out the book, as I always tend to do on these streams. The book is Shadow of the Sith right here. If you've read it, you know. If you don't, I'll explain. This character right here is a Sith, but it's just a mask that is embodied of a Sith, okay? But it's an ancient Sith that put its essence or its life, whatever, into this mask, and then when the person puts on the mask, they become the Sith Lord, or they take it over their bodies taken over by the Sith Lord. Do I still believe that that's a possibility for the Acolyte show? Yes, I actually do. Now, I don't think it will happen. My God, you guys are so fucking generous. I appreciate you guys so much more than you ever know. It's insane. Whew. Hey, you guys are gonna give me a heart attack. Okay. Whew. I think, Jesus Christ, I think David. Whew. Okay. I think Dave, if you are nasty, Dave, I think it's a possibility. Okay. I think it is a possibility that we could be seeing this masked Sith Lord in the forest just be some ancient Sith mask put on by some certain character that gets the powers of the Sith. And that could explain, why the Sith aren't returning and why the prequel trilogy is not retconned. It's definitely a possibility. 100%. I just don't know. It could go one way or another. I do like the theory still, but I don't know if it's true. All right, let's do a Bib Fortuna, and then we'll get to Martha's super chat, which is extremely generous. You guys are so freaking amazing. Let's look up Bib Fortuna first. Bib Fortuna scenes. Just so I can get a little premise, you know. Hang on. We'll go to when Boba Fett kills Bib Fortuna. Can we talk about how did Bib Fortuna survive the explosion of Jabba's barge? Does anybody in the chat know anything about that? All right. Let's get to... Even the post-credit scene of The Mandalorian Season 2 is so damn good. Say something already, buddy. Oh no. Oh no. Boba! I don't even know what he's saying. Hang on. He doesn't speak English. That's hard, guys. Obadabadipu. Obadaudidu. I don't know. This is too difficult. David, come on. He doesn't speak English. This is tough. Hang on. Not that Wookiees speak English either. Obadabadipu. That was my attempt. I apologize. That was horrible, David. Yeah. I don't think he was on the barge. No, we see him on the barge in Return of the Jedi, isn't he? Isn't he on the barge? I don't know. Maybe there's an explanation for it somewhere. All right, Martha with a very generous, extremely generous $5 holla says, keep it up. Next up, 55K. Yeah, we're at 53,000 subscribers. We just hit that a couple days ago, which is absolutely insane. I appreciate every last one of you who've hit that subscribe button. But yeah, we're coming close. We're getting really, really close, and I appreciate it. I appreciate every single step of the way. I really, really do. And thanks for not making me do an impression, Martha. I appreciate it. I really do. Okay. Let me scroll back up here so I can catch up. Damn it, where was I? Oh, here we go. John says, Andor and Rogue One. What about him? What you talking about? What you talking about? Do you have any other franchise? Do you have any other favorite franchises apart from Star Wars, Mike? Yeah, I do. I like Marvel. Recent Marvel's a little bit different. I still think that recent Marvel's better than some people say. Obviously, you have some projects that are just not good, like She-Hulk. But then you have some that are really good, like Spider-Man No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness. There's some really good ones, but there are also some really bad ones. So Marvel's a little shaky now, but there's no denying that the 11-year stretch that they had from 2008 to 2019, from Iron Man 1 to Avengers Endgame was just insane. And being a fan growing up in that time period was something else. It was really something else. Yeah. Did Marvel fall off? It kind of fell off, but I actually still think there's some hope for Marvel as we got Deadpool later this year and some other stuff like that. The Loki series was peak. And season 1 was really, really good. Like, really, really good, top tier. But season 2 was even better. And that finale for season 2 might be a masterpiece. Might be. Yeah. But other than that, I like Lord of the Rings quite a bit. I'm actually really excited for Rings of Power Season 2. I like Game of Thrones, although I haven't seen House of the Dragon Season 1, and Season 2 comes out soon. I like The Boys, which Season 4 comes out very soon too. I just like content, you know? I like to like things, if you haven't noticed. I like good things. Stranger Things is great too. I'm hoping for the best for DC, but DC's been trash. If you ask me. Yeah. Can I hear Obi-Wan scream that he used to scare off the sand people? Well, you'd have to send a super chat for that. But isn't that just the crate dragon noise? I liked X-Men 97. I actually haven't watched X-Men 97 yet, which kind of sucks. Yeah. Ooh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I actually didn't see the last year's Seth Rogen one, which is kind of a bummer. I wanted to watch that. It just kind of slipped my mind. But I do like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I liked the old animated show. The live action movie wasn't as bad as people thought. Obviously, I grew up on a different time with that, but Cobra Kai's a great show. Yeah, Cobra Kai's good too. Yeah. Friends, the show Friends, like the sitcom Friends, is great. The Office is better, but yeah. What's your favorite non-Star Wars show? Ooh, Gotham. Gotham is the most underrated TV show maybe ever. And I'm standing on that. Gotham, while DC was struggling so bad, while Justice League, the original cut, not the Snyder cut, the original cut of Justice League sucked, the Flash movie sucked, Aquaman 2 sucked, Shazam sucked, all those movies sucked. They were making the Gotham show on CW or wherever they were making it. No, it wasn't CW. It was on something. And Gotham was so good. So good. So good. Better than any of the movies they were making at the time. Regardless, what is my favorite show ever that's not Star Wars? That is extremely difficult, but I think I'm going to have to give it... I'm going to have to give it to Breaking Bad. I'm going to have to give it to Breaking Bad because it's over. The only issue is there's a bunch of really, really good shows right now that haven't ended. One being Stranger Things. If Stranger Things Season 5 sticks the landing and gives a great close to the series, that might be one of the greatest shows of all time. It's a show where Season 1's really, really good, and it just gets better and better and better. And Season 4 is like a masterpiece. So if Season 5 is as good or even better, it might be one of the greatest shows ever. Sopranos is a great show too. I actually think Breaking Bad is better though. Yeah. I respect your opinion, but I disagree. Yeah. The first seasons of Arrow and Flash were pretty good, but after that they turned meh. Yeah, Arrow was really, really good for a while, until like season 5 or something. The Flash was good at the beginning, and then like season 2 or 3, it just became so repetitive. The CGI became trash. It went downhill. Yeah. I love Stranger Things. Though Netflix is doing things in parts, which is now frustrating a bit. Yeah, they're releasing it a little bit differently, which is strange to me, but we'll see. Wire is better. I actually haven't seen The Wire. I must say that. I must admit. The Wire is something that I do want to watch. I've heard a lot of people speak very highly about it, yeah. The Saul Goodman series is even better than I almost said The Bad Batch. Than Breaking Bad? No. I've seen Better Call Saul. It's not better than Breaking Bad. No. Yeah. Yeah. Grogu Clip says, what is happening to Plo Koon on the thumb? Wasn't he here from the start? Yeah, well, we just got a really good look at him. For those of you who weren't here at the start of the stream, let's go take a look at Plo Koon again. Why not?
It's pretty incredible to play a
About it.
I consider
on a path for revenge.
You just can see how dedicated she is.
I'm so excited for your fans to see the show.
Me too. There he is, in the flesh. Possibly Plo Koon. not definite, not 100% definite, but it possibly, most likely, Plo Koon. Yeah, that's him right there. So I know you guys were supposed to remind me that to watch the Phantom Menace trailer, but honestly, we're not going to have time. So somebody has to remind me on Saturday stream to watch the Phantom Menace trailer. They re-released the Phantom Menace trailer for the 25th anniversary, and I forgot to watch it the last 2 streams, and we're not going to have time to watch it today. So you guys have to remind me on Saturday stream to watch the Phantom Menace trailer. Okay? Okay. Don't forget, because I will. Don't forget, because I will. Yeah. Fearless says, Mike, your wave was the Ahsoka show. That's when I found your channel and your channel doing the watch parties, even when you were at 3 in the morning. Well, that's awesome. For you, it was by wave, but a lot of fans came around during the Bad Batch. Tell me in the chat, when did you guys find this channel? At what point did you guys find this channel? Was it during Ahsoka? Was it during the Bad Batch? Was it during an off time in Star Wars? Was it today? Was it yesterday? Was it 3 weeks ago? Was it 10 years ago? Because that would have been a lie. No, it's not. It's Shakun. Who the hell's Shakun? I was not aware that they had that long of lifespans. Yeah, he lives up to almost 400 years old. 400. Yeah. Alex says, yo, what? I just saw that clip. I just joined late. Awesome. How long did Plo Koon species live? Well, he dies at the age of 385. 385. Look her up. Okay, I'll look her up. Shakun. Oh. Shakun is just another species of the Jedi. I mean, another species of Plo Koon. Yeah. Cool. Cool. I've looked across your channel and saw that you never ranked all the movies and shows. You should do a tier list. Well, we actually just did a tier list recently of all the shows, of all the seasons of the shows. We could do a movie tier list for sure. But yeah, we just did that a couple weeks ago, actually. Or last week. When did we do that? Sometime soon. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, Abby. Of course. Qui-Gon's Ghost says, I prefer live action where everyone survives being stabbed by a lightsaber. Yeah. True. True. Let's see if this works. Can you guys click on that link? Oh, it does work. Okay. Everybody go click on that link and go give Abby a subscribe. Oh, damn it. Now you just broke my chat, Abby. Thanks a lot. Oh, okay, fixed it. Fixed it. 66% of you prefer live action. Nice. Nice. That's what I like to see. Okay. Where was I? What is my favorite? Oh, I already read that. I heard the rumor that they're bringing back the 96 Amazing Spider-Man series. What? That'd be crazy. Just like they did with X-Men 97. That'd be cool. I'd be down for that. I'd be down for that. Yeah. I'm all about Star Wars right now. You don't really watch much other TV. That's my thing too, is when I sit down to go watch Star Wars, I would way rather, I mean, when I go sit down to watch TV, I'd way rather watch a Star Wars show over again for the 1000th time than start a new show. For some reason, starting a new show is so difficult. I don't know why, but it just is. Yeah. Take what back? I don't even know what I said. The Penguin is so good. Oh, the Penguin in Gotham is unbelievably good. Yeah, so good. Yeah. Animation, have you seen Invincible? Yes, Invincible's actually I haven't seen season 2. I forgot season 2 even happened. Oh damn. Season 1 of Invincible is incredible. I gotta watch season 2 though. Yeah. I gotta watch it. Which is your favorite actress in Star Wars? I mean, that's tough. That's tough. All the actresses in Star Wars are so good. That's the problem. Maybe their characters aren't as good as others. It would be easier to name my favorite female character in Star Wars. Actresses is really, really tough. I mean, you got just greats. I can't pick one. I can pick a favorite female character in Star Wars, and that would be Ahsoka. But I mean, you got Leia, you got Padme, you got Leia, you got Padme. But actress-wise, I mean, they're all great. Yeah. Natalie Portman, of course. Carrie Fisher. Jeez. Carrie Fisher. Even Daisy Ridley, even though I'm not the biggest fan of her character, is a great actress. Like, you can't deny that. Can't deny that. Where was I? Bad Batch Season 3. During the Bad Batch Season 3, during Ahsoka. Today? You just found my channel today? The Bad Batch, the Bad Batch, the Bad Batch. Yeah, I think a lot of you guys found my channel during the Bad Batch. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Officer Murdoch says, I don't remember when I found your channel. I'm too old to have that good of memory. Officer Murdoch, you've been around for quite a while, if I do remember. I discovered your channel during an off time, literally like the 3rd day of January this year. That's pretty wild. That is an off time. Why is Ezra and Maul drawn together? Or why are they drawn together? I think it was Ezra's sort of intrigue with the dark side of the Force. Obviously, he wasn't grown up in the time of the Jedi Temple, and that's kind of the whole deal. That's why he isn't... And Kanan wasn't the best master either. So he's kind of just has a draw to the dark side anyway. Yeah. I saw something crazy. Did you guys know that Ezra is technically in the lineage of masters and apprentices of Mace Windu? Do you know that Mace Windu, his apprentice was Depa Billapa, and Depa Billapa's apprentice was Kanan Jarrus, and Kanan Jarrus' apprentice was Ezra? So technically, direct line from Mace Windu to Ezra Bridger. That's pretty cool. That's pretty damn cool. If I do say so myself. It's pretty cool. Don't worry about it, Abby. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'm on the episode where Sabine and Kanan are possessed by the Night Sisters. That's a great one. Caleb Doom. Indeed. 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 Okay, I think I'm going to end this stream. End this poll, and then we're going to end this stream. I got to finish this Plo Koon short that I'm working on to get posted by 5. So thank you guys for sticking around this long-ass live stream over 2 hours. But we got a crazy shit ton done. Those trailers were absolutely insane. I think for sure that is Plo Koon, if we can get another look at him. Yeah, he's right here. I think for sure that this is Plo Koon. Until I'm proven otherwise, I think this will be Plo Koon. Why else would they be keeping him hidden? If it's just another member of his species, they would just be showing it to us and proving that it's a different member of his species. But he can live that long. It's possible that he did live that long, or we know that he lived that long because he was 385 when he died. So he would be around during this time, and it's most likely going to be Plo Koon. It could be Shaq Koon, okay? It could be, but it's most likely going to be Plo Koon. Plo Koon. Yeah. Indeed. This was a freaking fantastic stream. I appreciate all of you. Huge shouts to Martha, David, and Qui-Gon's Force Ghost for the very generous super chats. I appreciate it quite a bit. I hope my Bib Fortuna impression was good enough for you guys. And of course, I know my Chewbacca one is great. I appreciate all you guys. You guys are the absolute best. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your evenings. Watch out for a video tomorrow. I'm not sure about what yet. It might be my theory for this Acolyte show. It might be something else. Who knows? But watch out for that theory and the video tomorrow. If you haven't yet, go watch that video I posted yesterday about Omega being in the Skeleton Crew, because that would be pretty wild, and we talked about that. Huge shout out to UV Clips for that theory. Yeah. Wait, what? If you see that where a picture, a better picture for the, what? You see that there's a better picture of a Plo Koon in the first trailer? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Oh, did I see there's a better one? Where? Send it to the Discord if you have a better picture of Plo Koon in the trailer, because I'm going to need it. Where's that picture? Where are you seeing this picture, Gonk? Where's the picture? Where's the picture? Qui-Gon's Force Ghost says, I do not have a problem with saying a character I do not like is Mace Windu. However, in a fight, I'd let him be on my side. Mace Windu is a very polarizing character because he goes and tries to kill Palpatine. By the way, that poll said 64% of you prefer live action to 34% not mathing prefer animation, which is interesting. Wait, I'm gonna send it. Okay, send it. Send it. Mike, this has been lovely. I will see you next week. Well, not next week. It's Saturday. But yeah. You just did it? Okay. Where'd you send it? Discord? Send it to the Discord? Oh, no. This is the... You're talking about this one? This is the scene from the first trailer. Oops. Not what I meant to do. Open link. What the hell? Why can't I open this? Hang on. Stream every day? I don't know if I could do that. I gotta make videos on other days and stuff. Yeah, this is the scene from the very first trailer. This was when people were speculating that he was in it from the very beginning. Him right down there at the bottom. Yeah. That's just more evidence to suggest it. Indeed. Yeah. Nice. Okay. We're going to get on out of here. You guys are the absolute best. I hope you guys smashed a freaking like on this stream. If you haven't, then do it. How many likes we got on this stream? Smash a freaking like on the stream if you have not yet. Hit that subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video. And my pretty face will show up in the recommended feed of yours. Yeah. This was a stream to remember for sure. All right, I'm going to get on out of here. You guys are the absolute best. Yeah. Hopefully that's Plo Koon. Because if not, it doesn't matter. Because for the next 12 days, I'll be shouting out that it's Plo Koon to anybody who will listen. And may the Force be with you, always. Oh yeah, what a great stream. What a great show. You guys are the absolute best. This was an insane stream, I must say. It was absolutely wild. Huge shout out to Martha, again, David, and Qui-Gon's Force Ghost for the very generous super chats. I appreciate it quite a bit. Oh, I forgot to mention, a week from today is not only my birthday, but it is our next giveaway stream. We are giving away quite the surprise, the biggest giveaway we've ever done in channel history. So watch out for that stream next Thursday, which happens to just be my birthday as well. You guys are the absolute best. I appreciate every single last one of you. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, great rest of your lives, and good night, everybody.